Hey, 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 hey. Hey, hey, ho, ho. Hello, hello. Hello, streamer. Hi, hi. Hi, hi. It's been a while since we did an art stream. Hi. How are we doing today? How are we doing today? On this fine Wednesday. On this fine Wednesday afternoon slash evening. You have to get up into what? That's crazy. Unfortunately, the streamer is live, so I guess we gotta have our priorities, I guess. I'm running on no EAP. I'm running on too much EAP. I slept in, I'll admit. I should have gotten up earlier. But yeah. Today we're doing an art stream. Hopefully doing some mons that, or like doing concepts and stuff for mons that like have, I don't think have been shown on this channel yet. The streamer takes priority over EAP. It's very true. We are doing bet furry, right? No comment. But today, yeah, we're doing art stream. I don't know. There's not much to say about that. Although, before stream, I was trying to get all the recordings wrapped up for my series. Like the YouTube series, right? No, don't not like this. It'll be fine. It's fine. It's fine. But, at this point, that's like literally just a side project between me and you. It's like not even like a stream thing at this point. It's just like, yeah, we're making this thing off to the side. You know, a little pet free concept thing before we start. Maybe a little bit. Yay. But yeah, before stream, I was trying to wrap up all the recordings and get them done so I would just have them done with, right? And what ended up happening is I recorded myself doing all of the code for the add-on, and then like it took like 2 or 3 hours to do the entire thing, and then because I was writing it from scratch instead of just like copy pasting it, and then I try to put it into Minecraft and it says, oh, this pack's not valid, it can't validate it. So I'm like, well, that's annoying, but I roughly know what to do to like fix that. Not to mention that like the recording in the coding recordings, that means that something's just wrong there that I'm gonna have to mention. Either that or just re-record the entire thing. And then I go through and I run all of my files through the JSON validator like usual, and they're all valid. So I'm like, huh, weird. So why is it not working? So I go through and I like delete the files one by one to see which one is causing the issue. And turns out it's the species file. So I'm like, well, I guess I expected the species file to be the one that messed up, because usually when you can't validate a data pack, it's usually the species file, right? But then it's like, uh-oh, run it through the validator, everything's right. So I'm like, huh. Isn't it better to go over files you've made already? Like, what kind of what the official Google does already, but like do it better? I don't know, maybe. I could honestly do something like that. Like, instead of just like, here's what you're gonna type, and do it exactly like this. Maybe instead I just kind of go over each part where it's like, here's this line of code and what this means, and then I'll like highlight it. Because literally, what ended up happening, right, is I ended up copying Vampira's species file like I usually do, and then I just replace all the names with like Blumet and whatnot, and then I load that, and it doesn't work. So it's like, what am I even doing wrong? Like, it can't be the name spelled wrong, because the species file determines how the name is spelled, so you literally can't spell it wrong. And it's like, unless I just, like, am missing a letter in, like, an attack or an ability, I literally have no idea what's wrong with it. And I ended up getting really frustrated because I ran out of time to, like, troubleshoot before I had to get ready for stream. And I was, like, really just, like, like, about it. So, in order to just, like, burn all that energy really quick, I went and I did, like, 6 pull-ups in a row, which I didn't even know I was capable of. So that's cool, and now I'm calm again. So, well, more like 5.5, because I couldn't get all the way up on the last one, but like I'm talking like shoulders to the bar kinda pull-ups. You know? 5.5. Is that a lot? I feel like that's not that many. Boop, 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 boop. My little sister can do that and she's a baby. Nice. Okay, so I'm where I should be. Okay, good. But anyway, that's my story time from earlier today. And I plan on continuing working on that after stream. And then once I get done with that, I'll do all the voiceovers and stuff and edit them together. And then after that, we can work on our little side project, Koichi. Story time with Nyom. 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 Is that a nickname? Nyom. 3 Nyom. But anyway. Whoop. Look at that. We got the artboard out. It's been so long since I used this thing, honestly. It's like whoop. Wee wee wee. Wee. Hello. Oh, I'm using white. Oops. All right. Chat. Least scuffed. Hello. What is happening right now? Okay. Whee! I don't know why that happened. But we're here now. And that's what matters. I actually kind of want to pull out a, Of course, we need a concept that bat before I go nap. So I think we should start with the colors. What do you think is good? Well, if I draw just like a rough... Hold on. Let's see here. Let me just do like a very rough kind of outline. Hi, Nestra. How are you? How you doing? We gotta do our obligatory Koichi drawing before we start with the actual stream content. So we're doing that first. Just like... Woo! Wee! And then, I don't know how to draw this, actually. Woo! Shh. Keep in mind, this is Koishi's drawing that I'm basing this off of. This is not my, whoop! And then it's got, like, the... Woo! Woo! It's got like the big fluff. You know? It's got like that Yveltal style. Things have definitely been an experience. How about you? I just got done. Well, I didn't even get done. I had to pause because of stream, but I've been troubleshooting. I've been troubleshooting the tutorial data pack that I'm working on for the tutorial series. The snoot is so pointy. Well, we can add like a little bit of a... I don't know. There we go. And then the wings kind of... Okay, the wings in your design kind of come out like down here, but I don't think that's... I don't know if that works. I feel like the wings should come out more here. Except they're also more down like... like that, kind of. The wings are really hard because I wanted to give it proper arms and wing fingers, but it's kind of hard to animate those, right? Right? And then we can kind of like... Whoop! Give it that kind of 3D effect like that. Woo! Alright, Koishi. You're in charge of ranking this because this is your thing that I'm doing. Don't forget the wing fingers. Yeah, I know. You do like a whoosh, whoosh. Woo, woo. You only got 2 actually. Hold on. Ah. Suppose I have 3 in the wings and 2 free at the wrist, but I forgore. Kind of like. Woo, woo. Kind of like that, and then its a body. God, there you go. And then this won't get me banned off Twitch, will it? Kind of like Lunala's wings, except obviously the wing membrane ends. Yeah. Do 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 do. And then the stupid claws that I can never draw. They're just gonna look disheveled like this. It's fine. I don't know how to. I'm ooper pooper unsure how I feel about Dragapult legs. I am too, because I can't draw them. I don't know the anatomy at all. And then the tail comes through like this. Dragon Ball is such a yeah, like okay. You know what? I'm not gonna question that opinion, but I'm not gonna elaborate on it. Boo 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 boo. Woo! See how you can tell that I have no clue what's happening here, because I am just going through and just kind of like winging it. Woo! This leg can just kind of be hanging here. I don't know. Woo! There we go. So what you did for your thing, also I just realized I drew this on, okay, you know what, we're gonna very quickly just pretend like I didn't draw this on a flat surface. Hello? Why is it not? Oh, never mind. I know why. Ah! I think maybe the legs should be higher up. Body definitely needs to thin out. Lows is definitely in the wrong place in the model. Yeah. Well, again, this is a very rough sketch, so. See, if you notice, the problem here is that I can't draw under this because it's on the wrong layer. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna magic wand. And hope that that did something. Okay. Alternatively, I could do this. Can I set this to global? Ideally, the legs start with the bottom of the wings, lead off the body, but I don't know. I have a very small. Yeah. I got no idea. I got nothing. Boop, 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 boop. Boop, 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 boop. Boop, 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 boop. We're just gonna do this the stupid way. And then we can just... Boop. There we go. Delete that. Okay, now can I draw under it? Whoop. I think so. It's gonna be ugly, but you know what? Boop. Big problem with bats. I'm not very interested in trying to make them, they kind of turn into foxes. I can kind of see that, yeah. Anyway. What color did you make yours? Yours is like... Yours is like this color-ish. I just see this thing in like a Yveltal kind of color scheme. You know what I mean? Also, this is definitely a rat because it's a bat, and bats are just sky rats. Clearly, I've never played Dispatch. I have not played Dispatch. Nor any modern video game that isn't on the Switch too. Originally, you were gonna go with a really dark gray and purple. I mean, we could try that. Of course, I need to remember how to color with this drawing pad. Woo! And it's gonna look ugly, so don't worry about that. Whee! Woo! Okay. Chat, don't worry about it. It's gonna look fine. I know you're doubting right now because it looks ugly right now, and I'll admit it looks ugly now, but we can fix it. Can't believe I missed a few streams. Hi, Crimson. We're doing Koishi's dirty work right now. But welcome in. How have you been? I'm sorry you folded. Hey, Koishi went above and beyond, okay? They did like a whole block bench model that I could reference, and I'm like, wow. Respect. I'm seeing like a very Dragapult, or not Dragapult, I'm seeing very Noivern colors here. I don't know why. Fair enough. Yeah. Whoop. Doesn't look very palatable yet. I'm working on it. I'm working on it. Why did I become a New Yorker? I'm working on it. I think the whole design is kind of a mix between Dragapult and Noivern. Yeah, that's kind of what I got too. Woo! It's also giving Delphox a little bit. Also, I think the chest sphere needs to be more defined in the two clear spheres at the front. Don't worry, I'm keeping it SFW for the sake of my channel and the sake of Twitch. You're welcome, Twitch. Let me get the eyes, because the eyes are bothering me. Ooh, wait. Oh my lord. Boop. Like that kind of eyes, you know? Whoop. Also, the purple is far too, like... No, I don't like that. The purple is far too, like, saturated, I feel like. It doesn't really, it's not really Pokemon-y. It's kind of just, like, bright for the sake of being bright. So we'll just do something like that, you know? I thought about giving it Gekwa's eyelashes. Whoop! I don't like the colors on this thing. Can I be real? I think they're kind of ugly. The purple and green do not fit well at all, in my opinion. Do 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 do. Whoop. There we go. I think the green needs to be more like... Okay, I genuinely think it's the purple that's throwing me off. I think it needs to be darker. Yeah. And maybe less saturated, actually. Boop. Boop. Don't worry. It still looks ugly. I'm gonna be real. I don't know where I got green from. I don't know. It was giving Noivern. And Noivern's got that green on him. Whoop. Whoop. Boop. Boop. This is kind of not going the way I thought it would. Okay. Okay, let's not do that, actually. Boop. Ooh, we could go like Salazzle colors. You know? Whoop. How's this? How's this? How's this? You know? And then the green tuft here can stay, because now it looks more balanced. There we go. I like that a lot better. Can I be real? It looks good. Maybe the dark pearl could be more dark, but less purple, methinks, but it's good. Yeah, I think I like this color scheme a lot more. And then we do like a... And something like that. Boop. Anyway, though, with that out of the way, we can move on to the meat of today's stream, which will be. Can you send the? Yeah, sure. Boodoo. Boop. There you go. Okay. Yeah, okay. Hello. Hi, Bill. Bill? Hi, Bill. How are you? Or is it Bilk? What's up? What's going on? How are you? How's your day been? Today, what we're gonna be doing... Bill isn't real? Yes, they are. They're right there. I see them. I see them on my screen. Let's see if I can find a good picture. I think literally the only art I have for this Pokemon is, their sprite. Like, their 8-bit sprite. Good, I guess. How are you? That's good. I'm doing better than I was earlier today. I'm doing pretty well. I'm doing better now I got chat to talk to, you know? Chat's pretty cool. They know how to cheer me up. It doesn't matter what you call me. Okay, Bill. I will call you Bill then. Hi, Bill. Let's see here. How do I... Wow, this thing is so blurry. Okay. Is it another bat? No, surprisingly. I know I'm on, like, my bat arc this, like, whole year, but, you know, it's not another bat. We're done with bats for now. How do I... Here's what we'll do. Whoop. We're just gonna do this. Here he is. He's a rat. Hardly even looks like a Pokemon, but you know what? It's a rat. Your Twitch chat isn't the embodiment of pure evil? No, in fact. I would say my Twitch chat and my YouTube chat are pretty similar in the quality of their, of their conscience. If you've been on your bat arc, name the two classes of bats. You've got the vampire ones and the fruit bats. The ones with the big old noses and the ones with the big old ears. The ugly ones, and then the ones you see in those compilations where they're like, oh, they're so cute, look at them, they are so pretty and small. Wrong? Aw. Well, actually, kinda. But yeah, this is who we're drawing today. And I know you can't get a whole lot of detail based on the art alone. But this is our first Poison Dark type Pokemon. And he's not actually pure black. Let's see if I can draw him. I don't remember what he looks like. But yeah, this is one of the first Pokemon I ever designed, period. And, he's also the second Pokemon after Rufant to receive, like, a cry, like a battle sound. So I'd say that's pretty cool. I think he has, like, a, he has a nose like this, I'm pretty sure. Like, that's what his nose looks like. And then for his ears... He kind of looks like a pig right now, and that's okay, I guess. Um... Dude... Yin Chiroptera and Yang Chiroptera are the two clads. The Yin have big sniffers and are sometimes called flying foxes, while the Yang are big-eared hollowers who use echolocation, sometimes megabats and vespertilioniforms. So I was right. The big ears and the big nose. I think his ears also have this motif where they kind of look like that on the inside. Whoop. They're literally yin and yang. Why is this not a split Evo Pokemon? I mean, that's fair. Honestly, a fair assessment to make. The reasoning is because I did not do my research. I just made bats. How is this thing? These things' eyes are like gross looking. They're like this almost. You know? And then they got, like, kind of big bodies. Boop. Except it's like... His head looks a little inappropriate. What do you mean? Boop. He's got this very, like, shaggy kind of fur. And this is his nose. What do you mean? Boop. Boop. And he's got like claws like this. What do you think makes a good creature design? I think there's a few things that go into it. That is also a very good question. Number one thing is obviously, I say obviously, but this isn't actually something most people think of, is silhouette. If you want your creature design to be memorable, you want it to look unique even when it's like completely dark and you can't like make out the shapes, right? Well, I guess all you can make out is the shapes, right? So for example, like if you see a silhouette of Pikachu, you know it's Pikachu. If you see a silhouette of a Salamence, you know it's a Salamence, right? And then there's a few more things, such as like shape language is very important. What else? Shape language, we've got like colors. Yeah, color's very important too, because a design colors can make or break a design, I think. In my humble opinion, and from my experience, I think colors can be very important. Um, what else? I don't know. Shape language though is fun. I like shape language. Because it's like, for the big friendly creatures, they're always like really round and cuddly looking. And then for like the bulky ones, they're like built like a Minecraft door. Whoop. Whoop. And then you've got like the mischievous ones who use like a lot of triangular, like pointy language. That can also be used for like the ones that you want to denote as dangerous. I guess here's Rodank's kind of modernized design as of right now when I just made it just now. Whoop. He's also perfectly capable of standing and walking as a bipedal. For the colors, though, I kind of want to update them. Because while this color is very nice... Boop. And I do like this color for the tail, and I kind of want to keep this color for the tail. Whoop. The rest of it's gonna have to be different. Ooh, wait, that's sick actually. Hold on. There we go. That can work for the tail. His tail kind of just looks like a worm, which I guess kind of makes sense because this guy is all about like parasitism. Parasitism. Is that a word? Does this apply to realistic animals or stylized ones? I guess it kind of depends because you've got obviously, when I think of realistic animals, the first thing that comes to mind is the cat from Stray, which obviously, that one, you can't really deviate from that a lot because it is a cat at the end of the day. But there are things that they still did with it. Like, they gave it, like, a cool little vest and stuff. And, like, you can play with, like, the fur pattern as well. When it comes to stylized, the first thing I think of as a counterpart to that would be, like, the cats, whatever they're called. They have a name, but the cats from Monster Hunter. Like the bipedal ones that, like, cook food and follow you around. And those, I guess, are kind of stylized. Not nearly as stylized as, like, Pokemon cats, right? Because Pokemon cats are a whole nother playing field. It all comes back to the furry sidekick. Well, do you have any better suggestions, Koishi, for a stylized example of a cat that isn't a Pokemon? Because Pokemon's very stylized. And, I don't think it makes the greatest example for, like, a stylized... Well, it makes a great example for a stylized cat, but not, like, a semi-stylized cat. Because Pokemon, you can kind of go crazy with, like, the shape language and stuff. Because it's supposed to be, like, this fantasy, like, marketable creature, right? So it's like you can kind of go wild with it. Garfield. Yeah, Garfield. I don't know. I'm not gonna pretend to be an expert on art because I'm not, but that's just a couple things that I picked up on over my I don't know. Version and Incineroar are two very different beasts. Yes. See, one of them was drawn by the artists in '96, and one of them was drawn by a furry. That's the difference. Such a little football. Everybody loves Garfield. I mean, even Japan loves Garfield. They named a ReZero character after him. Like, what can you even say about that, you know? Alright, the cool thing about this rat is that his gimmick is his fur secretes this, like, poison. So he's got, like, these little splotches all over his body of just, like, venom that just, like, pour out of his fur. So, like, you know how animals, they're if they have, like, hair, it gets, like, oily? Instead of oil, this rat has venom. I gotta go eat. My nap's gone from 2 hours down to 1 and some change. Have fun, streamer, and also chat. Okay, Koishi, I hope you rest well for the 1 hour. If you wake up and I'm still live, make sure you say hi. Boop. But yeah. This guy is just going to have just like splotches of just like poison all over, like seeping out all over the place. And it's gonna be gross, and that's the goal. Boop. Kind of like that. Boop, boop. Okay. I kind of want to give it cool eyes. Whoop. And then it can have like the shine. You know? That's kind of the updated design. I feel like I could do more with like the colors and whatnot. Now that I think about it, I could go for like some very darker colors as well. And this could be like the first splotches, you know? Whoop. But yeah, basically like that is what this Pokemon like looks like, right? Alright, let's merge these together. And you can tell this is one of the first Pokemon we designed because it is so incredibly basic and boring looking. And then, what we can go ahead and do is we can close this. And we can bring his evolution into the mix. Where is the evolution? Evolution. Oh. Iron Jugulus. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Welcome in, welcome in. Let's see here. So the evolution, I think, needs a design update. A, because it's kind of uninspired, but B, because I also have a way better idea. This is Ratoxin, which originally this one wasn't gonna have an Evo. He was just gonna be single stage, but then we're like, we should evolve him, and everyone was like, yeah, why not? Boop. So at the moment, you can see that he's kind of... hello? Boop. There he is. He's kind of giving Marowak, and he's kind of giving Houndoom as well, because he's got like the skull on his face and the bones wrapping on his back. I don't like that. I don't like how it basically just takes from those design elements and copies them. What type is Ratoxin? This thing is a poison dark type. Poison and dark. He rummages around in like big cities and like underground, or maybe in like a very like a very dense forest. Maybe like a swamp or like a dense forest. I don't know. I imagine you'd find him in like the sewers and stuff. And they just kind of secrete poison out of their fur. And the idea I have for this guy is that instead of just him wearing like a skull and like bones on his back, because that's kind of boring and like overdone. Does it evolve into the Rat King, except they're melted together instead of tangled? That would be a cool idea. Maybe we could do that in like a in like another gen. We give this thing a third Evo where it's like a Rat King. The white skull makes me think possum, a slightly larger trash mammal. That's also a thing that we could do. It's like possum. What I was thinking though is the poison becomes so strong that it starts to melt this guy's fur like clean off. So instead of bones, these are just like bald spots from where the venom just like melted the fur, like burned the fur off. You know? And then I don't know how we would keep like the teeth and stuff like that, but I feel like we could figure out a way. I also think Ratoxin is bulkier in general. Like he's not as rat. He's a rat, but like he's not as slim. Like his face is more elongated, fat rat rather than a mouse. Yeah. Pretty much. We could do like a... And then we gotta keep the ear shape and the nose shape the same as well. I'll make it like completely like that, I guess. Kind of like this. We can make the ears smaller to demonstrate that it is bigger. Just because, like, if you look at this one and you look at this one, you'll be able to tell that, like, oh, the ears stayed the same size and the rest kind of grew. I don't know if that makes sense. It makes sense in my head, but I don't know if that's how it actually works in nature. But you know what? We're here now, so. Whoop. Something like that. Oh, you know what we could do, actually? We could do, like, the fur here. And that kind of creates the mouth. Kind of like that. And then we could have the eye here. You picking up what I'm putting down? Maybe its fangs could be like, I don't know, here. The vision is coming together. Yeah, yeah. And then I kind of want to keep this eye shape though, so maybe we do kind of like a. Maybe not like that. Would you want to pull from naked mole rats or keep it distinctly rats? I don't know. Cause I'm kind of just spitballing at the moment. We can go in and like look for inspo after I finish this like rough sketch, because I'll be honest, ever since I made this is the only drawing I've ever made of this Pokemon. And I've, like, never gone back and, like, tried to redo it or, like, anything. So, I'm just kind of trying to take that old design and update it, because I must have drawn this one, like, 5 to 6 years ago. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know how else to add on to that. Boop. And then we can kind of, I think it has very like bulky arms. Kind of like this. He kind of looks like an alligator almost, which is kind of neat. And of course he keeps the like the worm tail. And then his actual body can go here. He keeps like some of the little you know? Long tail. Whoop. There we go. Something like that. I don't know. This is our like prototype design for now. For the time being, this is what we're gonna run with. And we'll see where it gets us, I guess. It looks good? Thank you. I'm glad you think it looks good. I feel like there's work to be done, but it's a good start. You know what I mean? And then we can take this purple and just kind of... Whoop. There we go, and then we do the fur. I think we can afford to make the fur darker on this guy. I think that would be a neat little thing to show that it's like, I don't know, add more variation. We can go down to like here. Do 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 do. Yo, Neon, did you see we finally got a trailer for the next Spider-Man movie? No, I did not see that. I don't follow Marvel stuff like at all, so you'll have to forgive me for that, but like no. But that is cool. Is it like a live action Spider-Man, I assume? Fair. Whoop. There we go. This is the kind of dark that I was thinking of. Tom Spider-Man. Tom Spider-Man. The British one. Okay. The only Spider-Man movie I've ever seen in my life, or like gone to a theater to watch, was Across the Spider-Verse. Like I haven't seen the original Into the Spider-Verse, but I know all the memes from it, so I basically know what happens. So, and I was told I didn't need to watch the first one to watch the second one. I should watch Madam Web. It's a hidden gem. When's the last time there was an animated Spider-Man movie? I think it was Across. It's the Spider-Verse, right? Yeah. Boom. I should get into like the almost kind of give it like a dirty dark purple color, like almost black but not quite. I forgot to give this thing claws, by the way. Just gonna pretend like I did. There we go. As for the face and whatnot, I'm thinking we'd go for like a very pale pink almost. Oops, that is the eraser tool. What the helly? Whoop. Okay, what is happening, first of all? I do not have the eraser selected. Hello? I don't know what's happening, chat. Why is it doing this? Ah! So it feels like Spider-Verse 2 came out ages ago. It does. It does feel like that came out ages ago. I don't even remember. What even year was that? Was that... It wasn't last year. It was like at least 2 years ago, right? Boop. Yeah, I don't know what's wrong with my brush tool. Did I, like, mess something up? Hello? Hello? What? Hold on. We're going to very quickly just do this. 2022 or 3? Really? I guess it had to have been. Yeah. Huh. Wow. That's insane to think about. Can I just say... There we go, now it works. Okay. How long ago that Spider... Because I remember seeing it in movie theaters and being like, wow, this is like an impressively, like, beyond any of my expectations, good movie. Because I hadn't seen the first one. And it was kind of, I don't know. It's kind of what got me into going to theaters again to like watch movies, because before that I hadn't watched a movie in theaters in like years. So that was a cool experience. And then I watched the TMNT movie, and then what else? The Mario movie, obviously. I don't know. Shin Godzilla was from a decade ago now. I have not seen any of the Godzilla movies, actually. That's cool. But, I feel like I see every trailer for the Godzilla movies, but then I never actually watch any of them. You know what I mean? Ooh, this purple's a great highlight for this color scheme, actually. I like that a lot. Boop. And then this can just be, instead of the whites of his eye, it can be just like dark like that. Boop. Okay, that is not the right color. I need this color here. There we go. Okay. I'm excited for the Mario Galaxy movie. Can I be real? I watch baby movies in theaters. I don't watch, like, horror or anything like that. I like baby movies. Yeah, do I have any hot takes or unspoken issues? That's a very broad question. And I would love to say things controversial so I can get clipped and posted online to expand my audience, but, I need a category first. I need a what kind of category are we thinking? Are we thinking like a Pokemon hot take or like a movie hot take, or you know? Boom bum 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 bum. Wait, you know what would be sick actually? Hold on. Idea. I want to make his tail, like, nod off. Like, imagine if instead of just being a full tail, it's like ripped, you know? Whoop. Kind of like that. Holy crap, what the heck? Holy crap, Ben Glassman. Thank you for the raid. Oh my god. What the hell? Welcome in, everybody. What the heck? Oh my god. Rats. We were enticed by your rats. Well, I'm glad to have you here. Hi everybody. I'm Neon Riftborn. I'm an astronaut VTuber who boarded the wrong rocket and is now stuck in space with no way of getting home. And I do stuff like I create Fakeamon, like fake custom Pokemon. And I put them into the Cobblemon Minecraft mod so you can, like, actually play with them. But yeah, that's what I do. And I want to say, welcome in. Today we're doing like an art stream because I haven't drawn these rat guys since like 2021. And we're going back and I'm like modernizing their designs and stuff. But hi, welcome in. That's so awesome of you, Ben. That's like amazing. Thanks for that. I'm gonna actually give you a shout out right now. /shout out. Uh... Thank you for the follow. Thank you for the follow. What's the name of your mod? I would like to check it out. Oh, you can do, I believe, !addon in chat. I think that's the command. Yeah. But yeah. There we go. There's your shout out. Follow for hunks. Thank you for the follows, everybody. That's so nice of y'all. But yeah. I might reach that follower goal. Yeah, we're gonna be able to play. We might be able to play Infinite Fusion on stream. Who knows? Yippee! Yippee! But yeah, it's nice to meet all you guys. I will try to get all your names and remember them. The Benlings love pressing buttons. Well, I got a few buttons. I got a few buttons that you can press. Hold on, do you guys want to see some of the Fakeamon that I make? God, I've like never been rated by this many people at once before. That's crazy. Do you guys want to see? All right. Let's see here. Please show us everything. Okay. You know what? How about let's do a special thing right here. I'm going to go ahead and open Minecraft, and we're just gonna go ahead and I'm gonna showcase all the stuff that I put into Minecraft all at once. We're gonna do every mon. Please show some. We're like a mini horde of Grians. That is a comparison right there. Let's see. Does this work? Does it work? Where is my... Here we are. Okay. I'm gonna be in a weird spot. Here we are. Let me go somewhere where y'all can see better. Boop. Alright. So, first things first. There's no better place to start than with the starter Pokemon. Also, I've made a few of these, so... we can start with the starters. There were buttons on the floor, Jimmy. So here's our 3 starter Pokemon. I haven't figured out how to make them, like, actually in the starter menu. But, they do exist. You can find all these in the wild, by the way. They're so cute. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But yeah. They also fully evolve. They're smooching. They are smooching. And that is a rare panda. Red panda, yes. You know what? I'm gonna do this way. Instead of just showcasing them, we can evolve them. How about that? I love the water type so much. I honestly, I say this every time, but I literally can't pick a favorite. What's my favorite canon Pokemon? Beware. My favorite Pokemon's Beware. Silly face. Is the red panda kebab? Yes, Undangy. This is a kebab red panda. That is, you got that like exactly right. So yeah, but they all have stat spreads. They all have full level up move sets. Hi Furret. But yeah. And we can evolve them too. Why not? They also have dex entries, but I don't know. Oh, it's Whoop. I love you, little green horse. Well, he's not a horse anymore. He's now a rhino because he went from 1 horn to 2. Hi, Furret can watch, I guess. But yeah, now we got these guys. These are the middle stage Pokemon. Kind of the in-betweens. Double kebab tail, right? We'll get these all to level 36. Boop-a-doop-a-doo. The red panda is now tigery. He became hungrier and fatter. The tree horns, that's so cool. I will say, I work on this project with a couple other people who also design the mons. I'm the one who like models them and everything, but like some of the designs were made by some people that I work with, and they wish to remain anonymous, so that's just a disclaimer. For example, this guy here was made by a friend of mine, and then I did the other two. But we're gonna fully evolve these guys now. There we go. He's so big. Yeah, they're all gigantic now. Kind of quick question and unrelated. Do they have Love Disc in this mod? I have no idea. Big Chudling. These are so cool. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm in love with Simmer Skewer. Yeah, I gave them custom signature moves. Boop. Boop. And boop. Giant Kebab. Do they have Chinchou? I don't know. Give Pokemon. Hold on. Love Disc. Love Disc is here. Chinchou. Yep, they got both of them. She's drowning. She's not drowning. It's not in water. They're breathing. They're breathing just fine. But yeah, and they all have like fully implemented like attack animations and whatnot. Okay, Shrubs and Seafree, get in Cobblemon with me now. Do you guys have like a Cobblemon server that you all play on? Boo. But yeah, those are the starters at the very least. We've got a lot more in store. I don't think we have any Minecraft server. Oof. I did a Minecraft server with these guys for January, and we did like a little follower server. It was fun while it lasted. I don't know why I just ate cashews. I shouldn't be eating on stream. I'm sorry. Hold on, let me mute. Sorry about that. I'm like so, I wouldn't say overwhelmed, but I'm so just like, people. That I'm just like losing my train of thought. But yeah, he's our regional normal type. Our little raccoon man. Okay, thank you, Dame. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. And then, depending on its gender, it'll evolve into a Raptor or a Raptress. And these guys' gimmick is that they sing. They're singers, and they got like microphones on their tail. But yeah, they're a little silly. And then we've got the regional bird, which is a much more recent design that I came up with. A little hatchling guy turns into My ears hurt. Ow. And then big guy. This bird's like the caretaker, right? It's like a really slow, kind of bulky build, as opposed to like an attacker. And it gets stuff like heal pulse and whatnot. I don't know if I missed this. What is the region based off? I don't think it's based off anything in particular. We kind of just had the idea in like 2018 where we're like, we should make a Pokemon fan game. And then none of us knew how to code it, so we were just stuck with like over 100 designs for Pokemon and like concepts and whatnot. Yes, I said over 100. I've got like a spreadsheet with all their base stats. And then Cobblemon came out, and I'm like, I should put these in Cobblemon. The basic form is so cute, I'm crying. I really like Hatchick. For Winds and Wave, which starter am I into? I like all of them, I can't pick. If I get a capture card for my Switch 2, I can stream it, and then we can, like, pull it. I don't know. But I like all of them. I think this is the first region in a very long time where I like all of the starters. I think the last time that happened was in X and Y, actually. I want to bull the little guy. What about you guys? What starters are you picking for Winds and Waves? While you answer that, we got the bug types. We got little larva man. The ant Pokemon. I'm surprised they don't have just like a normal ant Pokemon. They only have like Durant. Brout Pombon. Nice. Brout or Pombon. But yeah. This guy right here is the first Fakemon that I ever invented. Right here. He's the first one. So he holds a special place in my heart. And, the first guy, he's kind of useless, I'm not gonna lie. He doesn't learn, like, anything. And then we got the fully evolved one. The ant shake the badunkadunk. Fire ant is a huge miss on Pokemon themselves. I think Pokemon Uranium did a fire ant, didn't they? I don't have a Switch 2, but if I played, I'd go with Gekwa. I'm torn between Gekwa and Pombom and Brout. Wait, that's all of them. Never mind. I'm torn between all of them. But yeah. And then we've got the fan favorite Pokemon here. Whoop. Leaveney is an ant. Is Leaveney an ant? I guess it could be. It's got like the cutters and stuff. This is Dynafly. People like Dynafly because it only learns self-destruct. And that's its gimmick. So it's a firefly, but it's also a stick of dynamite. And it flies really fast. And I really like how I did the model for it, too. If it can come up here. There we go. I really like how I did the model for this guy. Big fan of that freak. Team Rocket would love this Pokemon. Yeah. And then he turns into a firework. Where he gets like, let's see. He gets a lot of like recoil moves and explosion. And I think I ran some damage calcs for this guy, and I'm pretty sure this guy is able to one-shot basically any other Mon in the dex. Because I plan to give this guy a custom ability that is like refrigerate or aerialate, but for fire moves. So he's going to get base 300 power fire explosion, so that's going to be cool. Help! It's really creative. Thank you, thank you. The concept was not originally mine, but thank you. I will tell them. That was another one that was made. The same person who made these made Furly and these guys. Can it learn Mind Blown? That would be funny if it could learn Mind Blown. But I don't think there'd be a reasonable way to do that, because being a TM move would be weird. I don't know, maybe we can make it like a tutor move. Full comp team of 5 of these guys on one bulky tank. Alright. Next up we got our cow, we got our buffalo. Hi Wooloo. Would Mind Blown be like Explosion, but it's psychic move? I think it's Blacephalon's signature move. It's just like a strong fire move with an ungodly amount of recoil. Why are you blue? I love this guy. He's a water type. And then he turns into this guy, who's a water ground type. And actually, hold on, this guy's got a cool gimmick. Pokemon Bovinile. Let's give it Swamp. I think. Hold on. How do I, I think it's Swamp. No. How do I do this? Ah, I don't remember how to do this. Basically, Bovinile has 2 forms depending on the biome where you find them. Biome, Swamp. I don't remember the command to do it, so I'm just going to go to a swamp and evolve a Cafalo. Level equals 50. Okay. So we got our river form, right? This is the Bovinile you'll find anywhere else in the world, but if you come to a swamp, you get a cool mud pattern. And it's literally just a cosmetic thing, and it took me forever to figure out how to do it. So close that is a cow's. Yeah, Mind Blown is like Steel Beam. But yeah, he gets like a more Minecraft, like muddier texture if he's in a swamp. And which I think that's pretty cool, right? I think it's pretty neat. The pig is hogging attention. Yeah, just a little bit. Ben is missing out on this. Where did he go? Did he like go off and do something else? I mean, I don't blame him, but like oh, that is a pun, isn't it? But yeah, then we got Aptweet. This is our flightless bird Pokemon. He just is kind of like, he's like aromatic. He smells nice. That's his gimmick. And he can't fly, but he can run really fast. And he turns into Apakapo. He's so cute. I know. I like Aptweet. I don't think he's very good, but he is cute. Yeah, this... yeah. Ben would hate this guy because he famously smells bad. Okay, fair enough. I'll take your word for it. But yeah, we got birds. Well, half birds, I guess. They're so cute. I'm glad you guys like these, by the way. I'm very happy that you like these guys. Ah, that's not right. Ben's not here to defend himself. I can throw this guy back here. Next up, we've got the thing that every region needs, and that's a Pikachu clone, number 25, of course. We got Jakutet. He's a rabbit. A jackrabbit. And he's, like, really strong, surprisingly. He's, like... Banui. The Banui. But yeah, this guy here, he's like your Pachirisu of the region. He gets the same kind of moveset. And he's really good for just, like, being annoying. And that's exactly the purpose he's supposed to serve, which I'm very happy about. We love the Banui. Then we were like, okay, what's something unique we can do for like an early game Pokemon? And a friend of mine came up with the idea of an early game ice type that's like the frost on your lawn when you wake up, and there's like your lawn's got like the little frost on it. So we get this guy. He's like a little sprite that goes in like your front yard or like your backyard and like prances around. And then you can evolve him. And then he becomes, instead of, I like this guy because instead of, I guess, like, being nice and harmless and, like, just leaving frost on your lawn, this guy instead, freezes your entire house over. But he doesn't mean to. He's just trying, he's still friendly, he's just a little more potent. I'm a huge fan of this little guy. Somebody said that he looks like he'll sell me a magical girl contract for the cost of my soul, and I can't disagree with it, but I still think he looks cute. But yeah, here's our ice type. You see it. Hi Yuna, how are you? Help. Then we got our rock type. I like this guy. I just like how goofy he looks. You're good, how about me? I'm having a great time right now. I had a lot of fun designing this guy. I think he was one of my favorite ones to like animate. This guy throws hands. Oh, you're gonna see him throw hands when he evolves. He's throwing hands so much he stopped using his legs. This guy 100% says, "Hey, I'm walking here." Yeah. I mean, in the most recent public version of this pack, that's exactly what he would say, because I accidentally set his spawn rate to way too high. Which will be fixed in the next release, but that's not out yet. And it won't be out for like the next week or so. I'm walking here. He's shiny. It's so awesome. Oh yeah, these guys also have shiny forms. But you'll have to find those for yourself. No spoilers. But yeah, we get the rock guys. He'll be a common Pokemon. Whoop. Let's put these guys back. And then we can move on to what I'm currently working on, which is the bats. We got 2 bats. Cobblemon Vampira. Boop. These guys are going to be version exclusives. You were there for the shinies. Yeah, bats. We love bats. So we got Chirpera, the version exclusive for one game. And then we got Vampira, the version exclusive for the other game. Chat, you have to pick one. Which one are you going with? The electric type or the poison type? Like baseball. True. Left one. I get a lot of people say the electric one. I like this guy personally, but I can definitely see why the electric one. Electric all the way. Electric bat is kind of new, so I would try it out. Fair enough. I will say I do have the electric type evolution in the game. I have not implemented this guy's evolution in the game. I'm still working on that one, but I was working on him yesterday. He'll probably be finished next Monday. So, tune into the stream where we finish that. That'll be on Monday. But yeah. Oh, you guys want to see something cool with Malavox, actually? Hold on, check this out. Level equals, we'll say like, Vampire is like a strange, small, crusty dog. I'm a fan. Can I eat it? You can try. I don't know what illness you'd come down with, but you can try. Here's something cool that Malavox does. So, he's a bat, he's sleek and everything, right? But he's not really giving electric type. And he still kinda isn't. Hold on, let me fix this. That was supposed to be a cool reveal, and then it messed up. Hold on. Chat. Where'd he go? Whoop. Does it work? There we go. When he's in battle, his wings light up. And he can do cool stuff, such as this. Whoa. It's cool, right? and his ears and everything. He lights up, and he's like a, bites in the wings. You're gonna get shocked if you do that. Don't do that. And his pre-evo does that too. He's kind of like an equalizer, since he's like... He's supposed to be like sound-based, I guess. But I didn't wanna go too close to like the Noivern. So I made him rainbow colors. But yeah, there he is. A lot of people like him. So I get that. You go back here. And then, past this are lines that I actually haven't gotten to on stream, but they do exist in the pack. They're just like, I'm doing them in Dex order, so we get these guys. Sock Monkey. You know what, actually? I actually have a design for a Sock Monkey Pokemon that I'm going to be working on a long while from now, but it is planned, and I do have a design for it. Love that guy's face. Here's our resident oddish. I guess you could call it. We got a whole Evo line. This guy was a pain to model, but it turned out so well. Yeah, this guy's a little... He's a little baby. He's a little baby. I can tell, oh my god, this looks awesome. Yeah, it took me so long to make, like, to get this shape right. Do the eyes move? Yeah. I want to turn the eyes moving as part of its idle animation. I want to turn it into a quirk, but I didn't know how to do quirks back when I made this model, so I think I do now, though, so I might do that when we get to this Pokemon on stream. And then they also have a secret split evolution, which is this guy. We did this guy for the Halloween stream last year. Stop eating that. Feeling hashtag evil. He's like a jack-o'-lantern. Yeah, I like this freak too. He kind of is a freak. He's kind of like the... Okay, this guy's like a prey Pokemon. People do eat this Pokemon, which is sad, but like... He's like a pineapple, I guess. And then he either evolves into royalty, or he evolves for revenge. He evolves for revenge. You know? Dark, twisted psychopath. Is nice popping in. I gotta go to bed. Hope you catch the stream some other time. Yay! Alright, Strawbiums. If you're wondering, I post my schedule here on Twitch in my About section. I also have it on my Twitter and on my YouTube channel. So, if you want to see the weekly schedule for me, that's the places where you can find them. But I hope you have a good night, okay? See you then. Yay! Okay. I will see you later. Thank you for dropping in. Last but not least, though, we have the mascot of our region. The frog. This is our mascot. Gotta go as well. Have a good stream. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much for stopping by. Bye. Yeah, this is our mascot. He kinda rolls. Might have to leave soon. It's so late. Are you guys all like European time zone? My gosh, he roll. He also inflate like an inner tube because he is frog. You're not. That's fair. I am in the American half of the world, so 1:30 a.m. Dang. Half of us are European, the other half are from California. All right, checks out. I'm like right in between, so like. But yeah. This guy's got like an inner tube. He can swim with it. And then he evolves, and he turns into the most inspired design of all time. Which is just the same thing, but bigger. Do we do the game show tomorrow or not? Just give me a time, I guess. Whoop. But yeah, this is our mascot guy. I'm a huge fan of this thing. He's a frog, and he's also like an ocean buoy. So he sits out in the ocean, and you can tell where the calm waters are, and like the safe areas are, because you'll see lots of these guys floating around. That's so PM, OMG. I'm glad you like it. I'm glad you like it. Is it so wrong to love? They're helpful, right? But other than that, though, they're kind of brain dead. I'm not gonna lie, they kind of just stand there and do nothing. So they're easy to train as well. But yeah, that's the guys that I have in-game so far. I have a lot more art in store. And since this is an art stream, I think I'm gonna pivot back to the... Don't say that, they have souls, probably. I just want to throw them around like a beach ball. They would not care if you did that. You could use them as the beach... You could use them as a volleyball. Gosh, yeah, you were drawing. Yeah, we're gonna go back to that now. Speaking of drawing, though. Whoop! I have some drawing stuff. Because I got other guys... I have to leave. Have fun. Okay, Crimson, thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you tuning in. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. Dang, that was so crazy. That is so crazy. It didn't stop being crazy. Let's see here. I guess what I could do is I could... Ooh, I could pull up some artwork that I did on like off stream, actually. Hold on. Chat, do you guys want to see a... Let's see. Do you guys want to see a grass type, or a fairy type, or an electric type, or a bug type? Or a rock type, or a water type, or a normal type. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You know what? Just pick a number. Bug or fairy, water, fairy or bug. Let's frolic. A fairy type. I'm getting a lot of fairy. Let's frolic. Is that a thing? Is frolicking a thing? I don't know about this frolic thing. Can I get in on it too? Can I frolic? Hold on. I guess I'll show the fairy. I guess I'm fine with fairy. We can do multiple. Hold on. I'll just save this to my downloads. Boop. Boop. So we've got a fairy line. It's also a version exclusive. I haven't showed the evolution on stream yet, but that's okay, because it's a special occasion today. Whoop. We've got the fairy type line. 2-stage. It's like a will-o-wisp. Their gimmick is that they lead you into forests, and they kind of like... They get you lost, you know? They come out at night and they get you lost in the woods. That's what they do. And they have like a misty terrain. Oh boo, they suck. I would follow. I don't know who's shiny. But yeah, these guys' gimmick is they have Misty Surge, so they set up misty terrain. I like the disconnected sleeves and dress. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But yeah, we've got fairy types. What else did people want to see? Bug types? Let's see. Let me find the art for it. Boop. Boop. We have bug types. Bug types. Bug types. Whoop. Here's a bug line. This guy's a mud dauber / potter wasp. Bug ground type, actually. I like y'all's reactions every time I pull something. Y'all are like, ooh. That makes me happy. So this guy, what he does is he builds pottery, and then instead of a cocoon, he hides in a pot. And he busts out and becomes this badass, cool bug thing. These are cool, why would we not react? I suppose so, if you think that. I appreciate that. I was there for the redesign of that guy. You were. This guy had like 10 redesigns, I'm gonna be honest. Show the old design too? Ooh, okay. Let's, the pot middle Evo is so cool in the drill tail. I'll be honest, the pot middle Evo did not change at all. It's the only one that like stayed exactly the same through the entire design process, because I just like the idea so much. Let's see if I can even find a older concept of this thing. Do I have an older concept? We have Mud Daub concepts. Yeah, here we go. So originally it was like this thing here. And then we evolved it, and we turned it into whatever this was. Did some cool stuff. Eventually it became this guy. And then I was struggling to, like, come up with a third evolution, which I'm glad I eventually got. We used some references here. I gave this guy a hat, because I felt like he could use a hat. You know. And then I drew this thing as well. I didn't end up liking how this guy looked. There's like a lot of work that goes into these, and I do it all on stream. So if you're into that, I kind of do that. I love the hat. It's really funny. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I like the hat too. But yeah, and then immediately after this stream was when I was like, okay, I actually don't like this. Let's make this instead. But that's fun. Let's see here. Do you guys want to see the sock monkey, actually? I got a sock monkey. Where is he? Here he is. Here's a sock monkey. Can you show us a water type, please? Okay. I will put the monkey on screen while I find the water type. Oh, not only is it a water type, it's the water type. It's the fish. I've teased the fish so many times, but I've never shown like the fully evolved form. So y'all are gonna you guys who are regulars too get to see the evolved form for the first time. Monkey. All right. Boop. I'm gonna crop this actually because I have shown the pre-evolution before. Boop. So here's the pre-evolution, right? Here's our fish. It's like I don't know. I needed to make a fish as stereotypically fish as possible. So I made him cross-eyed and I made him stupid looking. And I think he's perfect. And I wouldn't change a thing about him. But then it evolves. Whoop. And he becomes a sucker fish. And I really like him. He looks so jubilant. I love him. I love him too. This design, I think, was one of the very few times where I showed it to the other people who work on this, and they're like, okay, you do a lot of concepts. This one you nailed first try. Because I literally, this was like, I revamped him a little bit, like I gave him more colors. Hi Marcio, how are you? But yeah, this is basically what he looked like in my first run through of like concepting him. So he pretty much stayed the same through the entire thing. I love this thing. Yeah. He's pretty cool. It's kind of reminded me of the Wind Waker fish. The Wind Waker. I have played a little bit of Wind Waker. I can't... If I Google Wind Waker fish, will it pull up? Oh, this thing. Okay. I can kind of see it. Like, the fins and stuff are the same. Probably there's only the one guy. Yeah. I see it, honestly. He's got, like, the same fins. I don't think I've ever seen the Fishman, though, but that's cool. Boo-doo-boo, boo-doo-boo, boo-doo-boo. Anyway, though. I feel like that's enough showcasing for today. And if you want to see more, you should stay tuned for future streams. Can you do a quick little draw of the next Fakemon like the next one will do? Well, today we are doing the rat guys. I'd like to shake this fish's hand, a gentleman. Yeah. His name's Pleclian. I like his name. I think Pleclian would shake your hand. He does seem like a gentleman. But yeah. If you guys want to know more about the mons that I make, though, I have a short series over on YouTube where I do, like, kind of a dex entry kind of, like, run-through of each Pokemon. And, like a little about their behavior and their habitat and whatnot, and, like, what they do. So if you're interested in that, you should drop over to my YouTube channel and check that out at some point. Maybe after stream. Is this the next Fakemon? A rat? If it is, I love it. This Fakemon, let me see, what number is he in the dex? I don't actually know what number he is. Boop. 1 second, please. One moment. This thing is number 55 in the Pokédex. This guy is. So there's like a few things between him and the other guy. You'll have to check it out. You gotta get back to work now, but I also want to say I really like the early gen stylized sprites on the site. Yeah, this project actually started out as, like, we wanted to make a fan game in the style of Gen 1. So I have a ton of sprites that are just like Gen 1 sprites of these Pokemon, which I think is pretty cool. And some of them never came out of that. Like, some of them just kind of stayed as Gen 1 sprites. For example, this guy on screen right now. He never got, like, extra art. Well, that tracks. You did a great job recreating the style. Thank you, thank you. Also, I wish you luck with your work. I saw you said you gotta get back to that. Before you go, though. Boop. I hope this isn't really blurry. It's really blurry. Here's a Furly for the road. A blurry Furly. And maybe a Tindurus. And maybe a Bubblim. Thank you. I will cherish this. I'm glad you value this. But yeah, I got a bunch of these. We got Boy. We've got, let's see here. What are other designs that didn't change between now and when I made these? We got Rufant. We got the Wisp thing. I love the water ones so very much. I'm glad. We got this guy. Oh, wait, where's Royaglass? Hold on, I really like that one. We got this guy. I'm crying, they're so sad. And then we got the counterpart. There's the other one. Jump scare! These guys also all had animations too. Here's Gen 2 Royaglass. Because I decided to be funny and make a Gen 2 one. The sprites are so cool. Thank you, thank you. I appreciate it. Where's another one? I don't really have any that didn't, like, evolve from what they are now. I'll try to catch another video. Bye. Okay. I will see you later, Jennings. You know what? We can have, Oh, you want to see one that I did in the Gen 2 style that I teased on my Twitter, but never actually showed on stream? We got this guy. I won't name drop him, but he's gonna stick down here now. I'll stay for some time, but I'll have to go soon too. Okay, that's fair. He can go down here. Now I like this guy. I'm not gonna tell you anything about him because he's very late game, shall we say, but he can stay there. I tried to animate him in the style that like Crystal does, and I think it turned out decently. A good magician keeps their secrets. You know what? We can put the Gen 1 version of him up here too, actually. Hold on. Where's the Gen 1? Because I do have a Gen 1 sprite for him too. Here he is. Oop. Oop, that's not right. Why is it that... What? Hello? Did that work? There we go. No, that didn't work. Why is he still the bat? I don't understand. I don't get it. It's like... Okay, this image is just broken. I can't move it at all. Okay, never mind. We don't have the Gen 1 one. Anyway, back to these guys. The thing I'm thinking right now is how can we take this and make it more, I guess, fit into the Pokemon art style? I will say, I like this guy a lot. I don't think he needs very much changed. As for the pre-Evo, I feel like there could be work to be done. At least on, like, the face. I think we could make it more convincing as a Pokemon. Like, I think this one, if you told me this was a Pokemon, I would believe you. It's giving Chewbone. What's Chewbone? Is this a D's Nuts joke? Let's see here. I will say, I think the face is kind of off-putting to me. I don't know what it is about it. You'll know if it's a decent joke, it's a Yu-Gi-Oh card. Fair enough. Wait, do you guys see how this... Okay, I might be colorblind, but this almost looks like it's got some, like, green streaks in his fur, and I kind of love that. I also like the fur color of that guy way more than I like the fur color of this guy, so I might just keep this fur color and just transfer it over. I think the original idea with this guy is his ears would have, like, they'd be round, right? And they'd have, like, skull kind of, like that kind of ear. Whoop. Adding green would go nicely, right? Maybe we could do this pattern for the first Evo, and then for the second Evo, we could throw in some, like, maybe like this color, almost. I really dig that, actually. I know because of color theory, and there's check marks. Thank you, Nestra. I'm still studying up on color theory. I have not nearly perfected it yet. But I'm working on it. I really like that. I think that little hint of color does so much for it. Let's put this on a new layer. How about it? Whoop. Okay. Okay. So for the ears, that's the wrong color. Whoop. I think rats have round ears, right? Whoop. I like the idea of making the ear, like, shape in the shape of a skull, because I think that was part of the original design concept. Kind of like that. It came to me when I doubted its use, and then I did the recommended colors, and it just hit so hard. I tried different pattern combinations, and it just makes sense. I'm like Gojo for... We really said imaginary technique purple. And it worked. We can draw this one standing up, I suppose. Whoop. I guess the ears and the nose can have the same kind of... Whoop. There we go. Whoop. It's kind of got like a hunchback almost. Okay, something about this is not right. I don't know what it is. That's a little better. We can try and draw it in this pose, actually. We can copy its eye shape, which is whatever this is. Actually, I think the eye might be a part of the problem. I'm not entirely sure. The eye's definitely gotta have, like, that kind of a shape to it. And he's got his, like, arms folded in front of him. Whoop. Boop. That is not the right button. I don't even know how long I've had this drawing tablet for, and I still mess up the button combinations on it, and I configured them too, which is the worst part. He's like got his hands folded, you know? What about for the eye? It's under, it's an S underneath and a flat top or curve. I wish there was a way for me to show there, but there really isn't. I mean, the way you describe it sounds interesting. I can hold on. Boop. There's the tail. The tail's the easy part. Welcome back, Marcio. Okay, I haven't really been talking, but I gotta go now. But bye, Zephyr. I hope you enjoyed your stay, and I appreciate you stopping by. And I hope to see you in future streams, okay? But you have a good rest of your day or night, or whatever time it is for you. Whoop. The tail looks like a scythe. I imagine he could do some sort of like tail whipping attack. Maybe he gets like tail slap. Boop, 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 boop. I immediately, when I compare these two, I immediately see this one as more Pokemon shaped. There's something about it, you know? Maybe it's the fact that it's standing up, but it definitely looks more Pokemon shaped, and it makes me think that this is how it should look like when it's normal. Like, it shouldn't always... It should be on... It should be bipedal first. And then when it maybe walks around, it'll be on all fours. But when it's standing or in a battle, it'll be standing like this. You know what? I just winged that eye shape, but I kind of like it. Where it's like this, and then... I kind of like that eye shape. Where's the next Pokemon? Number 34? That's Bloomet. It'll be coming in the tutorial series that I'm working on, and was mulding over before stream today. Bloomet. B-L-O-O-M-E-T-T-E. Okay, I kind of really like this design. Can I be real? Here we go. The rat creature. Maybe making Phegamons will jog my creative juices for the horrors I wish to create. Jog. Oh, gotcha. Gotcha. It could. You never know. This thing looks definitely more like a Pokemon than this thing does, I think. I know I said that already, but here we are. Where's the next video? Please don't spam in chat. Did it break again? I think it broke again. No, it didn't break again. I'm just stupid. Boop. Puts a can of snap. What? Either you spelled that wrong or I don't know what that is. Woo! Spam. Puts a can of spam in chat. Too tight. Oh. Who is that? Is that TikTok chat? What? No comprendo. Boop. Alright. Surely this turns out fine if I just paint it like this all haphazardly. Doodaloo. There we go. What's the name? The name of this guy? Oh, you guys are gonna like the name of this guy. Hold on, let me... Boop. Actually, it's on screen already, it's right here, but I'll write it in bigger text so y'all can see it better. Boop. His name's Rodank. Most creative name I know, thank you. You can hold the applause. Dank memes are back. Dank names are back, more like. I'm just gonna add some color to this, make it a little prettier. Whoop. Make it more obvious he's a poison type. And then we can do like this for the lights, the highlights. It's better than what I thought of, Grim Rattler, which is supposed to sound like a Reaper. I mean, to each their own. I think there is no wrong answer when it comes to naming things. It's just what you prefer, you know? Especially with naming, because, like, for some of the mons that we make, we come up with, like 10 possible names, and then we just, like, pick one. Skipidank Evo and... oh, no. What was a... hold on. Oh, a friend of mine came up with a concept for a third evolution of this thing called, Malady, spelled like malady, pronounced malady, and it's like a Reddit mod. Like, the gimmick is that it has like a fedora and smells really bad and is really fat and overweight. That was a real thing that was pitched. And I was like, how about we don't do that? I'll take like this color. I was gonna think Knight or Classy Western. No. They came up with Neckbeard. That was their idea was Neckbeard. Boop. We get that. We gotta get the poison seeping out. Maybe he could have like a marking on his forehead. I feel like I give every Pokemon a marking on its forehead though, so... Do. And then we could do like a darker color here. What about a crack that resembles a marking? You mean like kinda how this guy's got like his fur missing? I don't know if I'm doing the skull. I'm not gonna do the skull, but I am doing this. Which is basically the same, but instead of skull, it's like burn injuries from the poison. You know? Like scars. I do want to take the eye color though, because I really do like the, instead of the whites of their eyes, it's the darks of the eyes. I do like that as a concept. Like that. This is the first Pokemon I've designed on stream that I think his entire purpose is to look mean. And I kind of dig it, honestly. And then we can just kind of not do that. Let's make this darker, I think. Just give them some definition so we can tell what we're looking at, you know? Whoop. I definitely think this to this makes more sense than this to this, because if I'm being honest, this guy kind of just looks like a Rattata. And I don't know how I feel about that, but I think standing him up and making the ears more pronounced like that definitely did wonders. Let's see here. I could also add these like bright spots to the arms. There we go. A rat! But yeah. I think I'm happy with this, honestly. More than that, I think this is way better. And then this kind of just works as a design. I imagine this is a mon that like the evil team would use if there was an evil team. This is the scun tank of our region. But yeah, I think the things to note are basically just the... I think the things to note here, design points, right? We've got skull-shaped ears, skull-shaped nose. Whoop. We got like a long face. The face is like, you know. I can imagine Box wanting to use the rat. And then another thing, I think keeping his body like short is important. Like short and round as opposed to long, you know? Like he should be more compact. Rodank, but at Loki becomes the Ratriarch. The Ratriarch. The Ratriarch. Ratriarch would make an awesome name if it isn't already an existing thing. It would make an awesome name for like an Electivire third Evo. You know what I mean? Why? How? Who? What? Because then it could be, what, that it exists? I don't think it exists. I searched Ratriarch on Google and it gives me Patriarch. But Ratriarch would make sense for it to be a Rat King, and then we could use that idea from earlier of like, it becomes like an amalgamation of rats. So Rodank, Ratoxin, Ratriarch. But I think we'll keep it to 2 Evos for this gen. Maybe we come back to that. Thank you for the follow, you know, chill. I appreciate it. Anyway, gotta go eat now. Yeah, I'm like, I know we didn't do a lot of drawing today. We only did really these 3 drawings. Ratriarch could be its own thing. That's also another thing. It could be its own thing. Rat Kings are cool. Like, imagine if it was like a... I don't know. I imagine it's like a... It's got like a... in the middle, and it kind of... You know? But then it's like... Like, that's just in its chest, you know? And then, I don't know, something something. Snoot. But then it could also be like... This would be a sick Gen 2 Pokemon. You know? And this could be the tail. This is like the king gambit of this. The center point of the tail being the eye, and it spirals around into a head. Into a head made of tail that the rest of the body is furry. Or am I thinking too much? I feel like... I don't know. Because I do think that's a neat idea. Or maybe it could be like this. Hold on. Hear me out. Instead of a full body, it could just be like this. And it's like... Whoop. Retriarch before GTA 6. Probably not, but... The thought is implanted in my brain now. Where it's got like... These are the claws at the bottom. Rat Kings are horrifying, so make it a nightmare. I mean, that's the plan. It's just got 2 feet, 5 heads, and like the center is like a conglomeration of rat tails, you know? And then it has like, I don't know. The acid like dripping off of it. I don't know. And like maybe the feet could be bald, just to keep it in theme with this guy. This is off the dome, by the way, so like not final and not even confirmed, but it would be funny. There we go. I'm gonna draw more arrows around this guy because I like drawing arrows. I should make my monstrosities into Fakemon. That is a cool idea. And give it the move I've always wanted, the blank thesis. What's the blank thesis? Surely it's not a whole lot of writing, because then it wouldn't be blank. When I think of the word blank, I think of that one character from Five Nights at Candy's. Am I cooked for that? There, I think that's enough arrows. Alright. Chat. I'm gonna be honest, all I had planned for today was rats. What else should we do? Or should we call it here and quit while we're ahead? Or we could raid into somebody, you know? Pass the raid train along, if you will. Because I have no opinion one way or the other. It's up to you guys. Let's see here. Are there any channels live that I would even be able to raid? The move you came up with for an out-of-control golem for a D&D campaign that never took off. Basically, the alchemist tries to experiment with a core. It goes awry. It creates the unstable core. that adapts, hence the blank thesis and incompletion of a theorem written onto the core. Oh! So it's constantly looking for a purpose. So it just like Mahoraga, but like, you know? Mint is live? Oh. Hold on, where... Am I blind? Hold on. Hold on, I do follow Mint, don't I? I'm not about to be exposed, am I? Channel. Channel. Chat, I might be being exposed right now. When it uses the move, it goes static, and the damage applied to it is then adapted on its card and becomes resistant until it used the movement. That's crazy. Hold on. Hold on. Did she change her Twitch username? She changed her username. Okay, what is it now? What is it now? What is it now? Oh, nope, there it is. Okay, I see it now. I am following her. Okay, it just took a while to show up. We can raid into Mint. Let's do that. Let's do that. Let's do that. Whoop. Alright. But before we do, I must do my obligatory. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Super shout out to Ben for the raid. I super appreciate that. That was so awesome of him. And thank you to everybody who tuned in and followed today. That was also super nice of you guys. Yeah. And I'm glad everyone enjoyed stream today. If you're curious about the mons that I make and you want to know more about them, by the way, again, there is that short series on YouTube. And you can also follow me on Twitter if you want to see sneak peeks of upcoming Fakemon or you just want to see me shitpost. I also post when I go live on Twitter, so if that's something you would like to get notified for, you should follow me over there as well. But with all that being said, we are going to go ahead and raid into Mint. If I bring up my stream manager. Here we go. They're playing Minecraft today. Whoop. Alright. I will see you guys over there, okay? Starting raid. And we gotta wait for the countdown. Alright. Bye-bye, everybody. Bye-bye on Twitch. Bye-bye. 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 Whee! And then, let's see. Bye-bye on YouTube as well, I think. Bye-bye on YouTube. Maybe. Okay, yeah.